Welcome to Roll Call. I'm Mike Bonifant.
I'm still Steve Croucho. Michael, how are you?
Don't ask, Steve.
Yeah.
Don't ask. Steve,
Poor Mikey's got a cold.
I do. And last show, if you saw it, I begged for the sun to come out. And now the sun has come out. It's beautiful. Like today, it was absolutely stunning outside. And I have a cold. Could someone please explain that?
I don't want to make fun of you or anything, but
But you
all right, I
already
will.
have. It's too late.
So who gets a cold in the summer, in the spring? Yeah.
I do.
Actually, you know what? You and my wife, you may want to explain that. Paula Jean got a cold. She's just getting over it, and so she gave it to you, I suppose. But who gets a cold this time of year?
Well, I'm pretty sure I know where I got this. The little culprits, grandchildren, both came to the house the other day and for Mother's Day, and they were a little runny
Yeah.
of the nose. So yes, I think while playing with the grandchildren, they may have slipped me a little cold. So, Stephen, speaking of grandchildren, we are now even.
Yes. Number two.
You had number two.
My youngest twin, because they're 8 minutes apart, just had a little baby boy, Parker. Now wait till you get this middle name. I think it's got the best middle name going. Parker Stephen Kingsbury. PKB.
Well,
PSK.
I
PSK.
PSK. I do like it. I have to say I do like it. Parker Michael would have been slightly better, but Parker Stephen, I do like it. It's got a ring to it.
You said, you know what? She was asking for suggestions of middle name, that text and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I got the fat thumbs out, and I kiddingly said Stephen, because, I'm a little attached to it, and there it is. So
It'll be easy for you to remember. It'll be perfect.
Oh, yes, it will. So yeah, a little, six and change, 6 pounds and about 10 or 11 ounces. We just came from the hospital, a little tiny pint, little tiny thing. And everybody's happy and healthy, so the clan is getting big. This is my second one. I told her that was good because I had, I have Cam in this arm and I've got Parker in that arm. And it's Parker, not Parker. I've been yelled at already.
Parker.
Yeah, so you know what it's going to be called because I can chew up the English language pretty well.
Yeah.
So especially get a little excited. Parker, get your butt over here.
We do live in New England, after all, and right near Boston. It's got to be Parker.
Yeah,
Parker.
with an A. Yeah. So I've been yelled
Yeah.
at. See, before he was born, I was getting yelled at.
It started already.
Yeah.
Hey, so it's going to be great because I can't wait for you to have your third and outdo me because no one's. And
As you know, Mike, the best part about grandkids is you can send them home.
this is true. This is true. You may run out of arms for them, but
Don't have to worry about
bring it
sending them
on.
to, if you go to school, you just bring them and pick it up. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to get the school clothes. Maybe buy a pair of shoes or something. But
yeah.
that's the bestest part.
Take them out, fill them with ice cream, send them home.
You get tired.
Love that stuff.
Night.
Yep.
Yeah. So you know
stuff.
what? Yeah, load them up.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yep, everybody, like I said, Jared is her husband, great guy. I got 2 good son-in-laws. I cannot complain. Jared's a little brain dead sometimes, but on the good side, he's a riot.
Now, are you Grandpa, Papa, Pepe?
Pa, just
Pa.
P, yeah.
So now you're Pa squared. Pa times 2.
Pa times 2, yep.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I was tickled pink, especially with the middle name. Then you're always worried with the labor and all that kind of stuff, and everything went good, went well. So I'm very happy.
Very good. Congratulations.
Really happy with the middle name. So,
Seems like that's all that counts right now.
well,
Just say.
that would be selfish of me.
Well,
So it's almost.
well, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I am. And you could knock me over with a feather. As you can tell, because I'm babbling about it, I was excited when Tyler told me today. They didn't tell anybody, and when they go, oh, by the way, look at the middle name. And then on the birth certificate, I'm like, I got teary-eyed and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely
It
awesome.
was.
Hey, good thing she had it out of town, right?
She had it in Brockton, yeah.
So see, that's good because trying to get through traffic in town, she probably would have had it in traffic. It's bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just not good right now,
And
folks.
it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Although they're going to mill the Washington Street Bridge this weekend, so maybe within a week or 2 that should be open.
That'll help.
That'll help
Certainly.
something.
Yes.
But then as soon as you get to Broadway, downtown, County Street, 24, 140, other than that, it's wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not saying don't go downtown. And Michael and I, again, we've lived here all our life. You've been here for a while, folks. Take some of the back roads. You can take some lefts and rights, but those
Yeah,
main drags
yeah.
you used to take in, Broadway today was a zoo.
Oh,
They head
yes.
down to one lane, heading out. And every day it's going to change. It's fluid, but they're not done. And with St. Mary's Square, you couldn't go up Washington Street that way because they're doing right down the middle of the road, and it's concrete, so it's very slow going. They got to jackhammer every ounce that every foot they do is going to be jagged, so nothing's going fast.
Fun, fun, fun. Yeah. Bring your patients with you, folks. Load them up in the car. Make sure that air conditioner can run.
Yes.
Keep you cool.
And you just remember, this is what happens. I'm not bragging, I'm not preaching, but this is what happens when you don't maintain stuff. We put stuff in 100 years ago and left it. So this is its next 100. So the next group that'll be complaining will be Parker's kids. Parker will be sitting here with Cam.
This is true.
With Cam, and they'll be squawking because it'll be 50, 60 years, and their grandkids will be stuck in traffic.
Going, they haven't changed these since 2017.
And we'll still have the central fire station.
And we'll still be in a temporary police station, just saying.
Guaranteed.
Anyway, we got into a lot of that last week.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it no more. But just as a
Yeah.
side note, Michael and I saw the fire truck pull out of the central station. We were there on something else next door, and we were right or right.
We were absolutely
The
right.
guy cannot get out without going through Costa's service station.
Yeah. Yep. Out or in.
Yep.
Yep.
So anyways,
It
all
wasn't
right,
good.
well, I'm not going to go on that again.
Okay, good, good. We just want you to know, we talk about a lot of different stories on the show, but some of our local stories actually made the news this week. So, I mean, we didn't bring those, so we don't want to repeat them again, because you probably heard enough about the lady with the bearded dragon down her shirt, just driving
sorry,
along.
what?
Well, she had like a little lizard there.
Oh, a lizard,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's what it was, a bearded dragon.
That's what they call it?
Yeah,
Really?
yes, that was the actual name for it. Yeah, she had it like in her shirt, like, I don't know if it was in her bra but in her shirt. But yeah, she was driving OUI when she crashed out in East Taunton. Her and her intoxicated passenger as well,
Was
who
the
got
lizard
PC'd.
sober?
You know what? I don't know if we had a lizard BT to check, but Peter McDougal had his hands full out there for a little while. But yeah, that actually made the local news. I know I saw it on the Providence station.
It did, and it's just funny to say it again. because
Well, it is, yeah. You are something. We'll have to check on that.
Yeah, I wonder,
Yeah.
the poor lizard.
Is there a crime, though? I mean, he's just a passenger. We could have PC'd the lizard, I guess. I don't know.
I can't.
Okay. Then you know what? We'll move on.
You better.
All right, first report from Sergeant Matt Squatto. This happened actually on May 8th. They observed him and Detective Sean Sylvia were working together. They're in an unmarked vehicle. They're from our vice unit. They observed a green Chevy S10 pickup truck. They had ran the plate, and the plate revealed that the plate that was on the truck had actually been canceled, and they appeared to be unlawfully attached to this vehicle. It didn't even come back to this vehicle. So they pulled behind the vehicle and attempted to pull it over. It actually traveled a half mile. They actually thought it was not going to stop before it finally stopped at the corner of Somerset Ave and Ware Street. They approached the operator and requested his license and registration. The operator handed the officer his license, identifying him as Russell Lazinski, stating that the vehicle was not registered. At least he was honest. They recognized the passenger at this point. They know who that was. They asked Mr. Lazinski to step from the vehicle, and when he did, they immediately located, during a pat frisk, a folding knife clipped to his left pants pocket. As they continued down, he felt an object in his pocket that he immediately recognized to be contraband. He reached into his pocket and located a knotted corner baggie, we've talked about those plenty of times, containing what appeared to be either heroin or fentanyl. They kind of look similar. They're a brown powdery substance, usually. At this point, dispatch notified the sergeant that Mr. Lazinski's license was also suspended, and there was an active warrant for his arrest. He was just not having a good day out of Brockton District Court. So he was subsequently placed in handcuffs. A search of the vehicle was conducted. Under the driver's seat, they located a white case that was opened, which revealed which contained another knotted baggie containing what they believe was heroin or fentanyl. Also in this case was a cut straw and razor blades, and also located in the center console of the vehicle was 3 digital scales. A bunch of cash was seized from Mr. Lazinski at this time. His only statement at this point was that he had, I usually give these stories to Steve, that he had done something up, and he tried to do this just to pay his bills, he said. So he was taken to the station. He was arrested on the warrant, and he is also charged with possession with intent to distribute a Class B substance, fentanyl, operating a motor vehicle after license suspension, failure to stop for the police, attaching plates, an unregistered motor vehicle, and an uninsured motor vehicle. So he was actually booked and then arraigned the next day, and later the next day was actually arrested again by Sergeant Squatto for trafficking in heroin and fentanyl. So
Just not
2
having a
days,
good
2
span
arrests. Yeah, for pretty much the same thing. So yeah, not a good couple days for him.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. This next report is a report from from Officer Anthony Pistoli. We call him Toby. Toby was working down in the Winton area of this big city during the day, and he observed, he's parked on near Bay Street just watching the cars go by, and he observed a gray Nissan Murano with the plate drive past him at a high rate of speed. He estimated around 40, 45 miles an hour. Downtown Winton area there, it's 20 miles an hour, but just as a side note, the speed limit in the city of Taunton is 30, whether it's posted or not, because it's a thickly settled area. There are really no areas in the city, I don't know, maybe the industrial park would be 35. There's nothing, if there's no sign, you're in the city, it's 30 miles an hour, because it's thickly settled. So the Nissan goes by him, Toby pulls out, got behind it, activated the blue lights, siren, the vehicle pulled over the side of the road, up Bay Street a ways. As Toby's running it in the computer, it comes back that the registration was revoked for insurance purposes. The dispatch confirmed that the vehicle was unregistered, so the vehicle's not going anywhere, we got to hook it. So off this time, Officer Clifford arrived on the scene to back up Toby. The operator was later identified as a Cassandra Pacheco, and she was told that the status of the vehicle and asked to exit and have a seat on the sidewalk while waiting for the wrecker. As she was on the sidewalk, dispatch called Toby and said that there was an active arrest warrant for her. So they take her in the same spot, they stand her up, they handcuff her, have her sit down, scratch that. They handcuff her, now they're going to put her in the backseat of a cruiser because she's under arrest. So as they do that, they kind of give her, again, being a woman, they have to be careful, but they give her a pat frisk, and in her left pocket, they find sticking out is a corner of a baggie, like Mike just said. They take it out, and there's a white powdery substance, which later was identified as fentanyl. So now they take that. She had $330 in cash on her. The bills, what kind of denominations was listed here. Well, kind of find out there wasn't an arrest warrant for her. There was some kind of mix-up in the computer. So there wasn't an arrest warrant, but she was arrested for possession of drugs to distribute Class B, speeding, unregistered, uninsured. How we found out with the fentanyl, it was fentanyl, is that we have a kit. The detectives have it, the street crimes guys have it, so they did a field test on it, and it came back, however, I'm not really sure how the kit works, but it comes back that it would be fentanyl. Now that drug will get sent out, and it'll go to the lab, and it'll come back officially with, the official record is fentanyl. That's where Mikey comes in. But that's what she was charged with, and the car was towed. So just remember that the speed limit in the big city is 30, and if you have a large quantity of drugs in your car, don't speed.
Stephen, good advice. Excellent advice, yeah. Okay. This is a report from Officer Dan Williams. This happened on May 10th at about 3:59 in the afternoon. Let's say 4 o'clock. What the heck?
All right.
He was doing the Governor's Highway Safety Grant. We have a grant in the city where guys go out and do distracted driving stuff, click it or ticket type stuff for 4 hours at a pop. So he was out doing one of these directed patrols when his attention was drawn to a white Chevrolet Silverado bearing Arizona registration. The vehicle had a large number of cracks in the front windshield, which actually obscured the operator's view. Also had a cracked rear passenger side tail light. He activated his cruiser lights to pull the vehicle over. It actually continued down Ware Street in the direction of Taunton Green at a very slow rate of speed. It actually went for quite a ways. It finally stopped at it took a right-hand turn onto the Grampy's parking lot. When he noticed the female on the front passenger side turn her head in the direction of the window and drop her shoulders towards the floorboard as if she was concealing something. So he was kind of, immediately became fearful that the operator of the Chevrolet was refusing to stop, and that it appeared that she was attempting possibly to conceal a weapon or something inside the cabin of the vehicle. The vehicle actually entered the Grampy's gas station parking lot from Ware Street and actually exited the other side out onto High Street, and then finally came to a stop in the area of Bow Street and Spring on High. One of our retired guys, Sergeant Colby Crossman, happened to be in the area, saw this going on, actually kind of followed at that point, and was there to back up Dan when he finally began to approach the car. Several other vehicles, several other officers also responded, including Chief Walsh, Captain McCabe, and Officer Brett Collins. Let's see. They got the female out of the car at one point. Actually, the male and the female were both taken out of the car at different times. Both appeared to be incredibly nervous. They were like shaken, just didn't want to answer questions right off the bat. He checked the female's pockets and purse for weapons and escorted her to the front of Captain McCabe's vehicle. She was identified as Lorraine Bodie. The operator of the vehicle, who was actually living in Massachusetts, he was explaining that once you take residence in Massachusetts, your vehicles have to be registered here and you have to be licensed here if you're living here. But in course of Officer Williams talking to him, he kind of gave up where they had gone, why they were in Taunton, because neither one of them were from Taunton. And that he said, you know what, basically they had gone to someone's house to buy drugs, and that's what she was doing in the vehicle when you know, she bent down, that she was hiding drugs, and it took them so long to stop because she had actually ingested some of the drugs and then hid the rest in her sock. So the officers approached her again. At this time, they confronted her and said, you know, we want the drugs that are in your sock. She turned a little red, but she reached down and removed them from her right ankle, which is what he saw her doing when she was leaning down in the car. For that, Ms. Bodie was taken into custody. She is charged with possession of a Class B substance, crack cocaine, subsequent offense.
This next report is report of Officer Matt Travis. This happened at 2:30 in the afternoon, no, 12:30 in the afternoon when it all started. He was working the Uniform Patrol Division. He was behind a green Honda up on Bryant Street. And he observed it. How he got behind it on Bryant Street, I'm not quite sure, but he was kind of zipping down Bryant Street, put his blue lights on. So the car, instead of pulling over and stopping, went even faster. I like those big words, faster.
Yeah.
So when he gets to the end of Bryant Street, he takes a quick left on the High Street, goes down a little bit, quickly turns on to Spring Street, goes to the bottom of the hill like heading to the police station. When he gets around 19 Spring Street, those apartments there, he stops, gets out of the car, and runs into that little wooded area there. While he's in the wooded area there, there's another little foot chase. He jumps in the river and swims away like towards the river, the big river, went from the little river to the big river.
Little river to the big river.
No, he was heading.
Okay.
So as now they set up a perimeter, other officers get involved. As they set up a perimeter, and they find him heading towards the river. So they bring him back to the station. He stated, the guy was identified as a Jeremy Rhodes. He stated that he ran because his license was revoked, and that's the reason he ran. Well, during the booking process, Sergeant Brady recovered multiple, now they said DTA cards. Isn't that EBT cards?
No,
they didn't
the
change
Department of Transitional Assistance.
Okay.
DTA.
So they had multiple DTA cards from different people, not for him. They had gift cards from various stores, prepaid credit cards, along with a large amount of money and 20 Suboxone strips. So this is all taken into custody, and he was charged with public fraud assist, drug possession, Class B substance, failure to stop, and operating a motor vehicle out of the suspended license. I don't want to get in a soapbox again, but if those cards didn't belong to him, and those people hadn't reported them stolen, then they don't deserve to have those cards again. That's all I'm saying.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, if your card gets stolen, that could happen. Your EBT card gets stolen, report it stolen. But if they do a little homework, and I hope they do, and they find out that these cards were just taken and they're just because they're trading them for drugs, that's not what it's for.
Correct. Yeah, we certainly don't want to take anything away from people who truly deserve it.
Nope,
but
I'm
if
all
you're
for
just working the system like that to buy drugs or to do something like that, then you know what? You do deserve to lose your benefits. So, Stephen, we got the 2-minute finger 1 minute ago. So, do you have any last words of wisdom for our viewers that you want to share?
No,
in the
but
next minute?
just remember this. Parker's first words will be, "Don't tell your mother."
Somehow I don't doubt that either. Yeah. That's and there's probably a lot of,
Don't tell your mother,
Probably
yeah.
a good idea that she doesn't.
No.
Just saying. Wow.
That's it, Mike. I'm tired. Traffic. Patience with traffic. It's just going to get nothing but worse, and it's getting hotter.
Absolutely. And summer's coming. By the time we do our next show, it'll be almost close to graduation season and prom season. Be careful out there.
Please.
Don't
have another
get drive.
tragic story. Another tragic story.
Yeah. So, other than that, We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.